Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and I'm about to give you the top 20 stocks to buy for Monday. I'm also going to do something new on this channel. We're going to talk about some cryptocurrencies that you might want to invest in. I don't know, you might have to start calling me Crypto Curry. Maybe, maybe not. But before we get to all of that, I want to show you guys how to retire as a millionaire, or even a multimillionaire if it's possible for you. So what I did is I've been reading a lot of books lately. I've been reading books like Millionaire Next Door and The Millionaire Mindset and things like that. And these are all books that I've read before, but I kind of reread them, and I came to realize that a lot of the ways that a lot of you guys try to invest in the stock market, a lot of people that watch YouTube try to invest, is honestly, it's almost gambling. Some of you guys have made a lot of money in a very short period of time. There was a lot of high growth stocks that we all made a lot of money in back in December and January and February. A lot of you guys made a ton of money on Dogecoin this past week. And I just want to let you guys know that you might not end up keeping that money. And I want to show you guys why that is. And I want to show you guys how you can successfully not only make money, but keep it and grow it. There's a lot of multimillionaires who have said many times that it's very easy to make money, it's very hard to keep it. So let's talk about that. What I did is I wrote down a couple of notes. By the way, guys, if you don't have a trading journal, I definitely recommend everybody get a trading journal. So this is my trading journal. I just wrote down a couple of notes, and I just want to share with you guys what I have, I'd say, relearned over the past few weeks. First of all, there was a study done a while back, and it showed that 70% of lottery winners who were poor before they won the lottery, 70% of them ended up filing for bankruptcy within 5 years. Now, the reason that they did that is because they did not have good money habits instilled in them. Notice I said the word habits. Habits such as saving money, investing, all poor people very often know how to do is spend money. For one, it's because they really don't have any extra money to save and invest. And two, it's because, well, they're poor because they're not saving and investing. So it's kind of a catch-22. The poorer you get, the less you have to save and invest, and the less you save and invest, the poorer you get. So if you want to get rich, you've got to completely reverse that. And at some point, what you have to do is you've got to start living below your means so that you have extra money to save and invest. Now, the problem with lottery winners who were poor beforehand is they're in the habit of spending. So even when they get this huge inflow of cash, they do what they've always done, which is spend it, which is ultimately ends up that 5 years down the road, 5 years down the road, they end up filing for bankruptcy because they spent all the money that they made. The key to getting rich is not so much about making money, although that does help. The key is saving money, investing money, and spending less than you make. You got to spend less than you make so that you have extra money to save and invest. Now, the other thing is you've got to do it consistently in order to build up a habit of doing it. If you're able to build up the habit of saving and investing, then even if you can do that now, while you have very little money, say you're only able to save and invest, I don't know, $100 out of every 2-week paycheck, eventually, as you grow in your career and you start making more money, you'll be able to increase the amount of money that you're saving and investing. One day it'll be $1,000 or $2,000 every 2 weeks because you've gotten into the habit of living frugally and saving and investing more than you make and spending less than you make. Now, here's the key. I wrote this down. I'm just going to read it to you. If you remain in the habit of spending everything you make, or even worse, spending more than you make, like racking up credit card debt, then you will end up doing that no matter how much money you make. There are a lot of doctors and attorneys that make huge amounts of money and they're broke because they spend more than they make. Again, it's not about how much you make, it's about what you do with what you make. Even if you win the lottery, your habits are not going to change. You're going to end up broke. Literally, the only way to get rich is to make money slowly over time. and to build strong habits of saving and investing on a regular basis. If you got lucky and you gambled on something like GME options or Dogecoin and you made millions all of a sudden, well, guess what? You're still in the habit of gambling, which means eventually you're going to end up gambling all that money away. You're going to go broke again because you didn't build good habits. Guys, I can't stress this enough. The only way to make money over the long term consistently is to build up a consistent habit of investing and a consistent habit of saving. That's it. That's the only way you're going to do it. You might get lucky and make a ton of money in something like Dogecoin or GME options or who knows what else, BNGO, I don't know. You might make a ton of money suddenly. But if you're not in a good habit of reinvesting that money and diversifying, eventually you're just going to lose it all. You're going to take that Dogecoin money and maybe you don't sell, and then Dogecoin drops and you lose half of it. And then you panic, you sell, you buy a bunch of other stuff that you think might go up really fast, and it doesn't, it tanks. There's quite a few people who, when they made all of that money back in January and February, you didn't diversify, even though quite a few YouTubers were saying a market correction is coming, you might want to start putting some money into cash, and you didn't do it. And you kept your money in those, and now you're down 50% and you're panicking because you didn't build a good habit of diversifying and investing across a wide variety of income streams over time. So I just want to throw that out there for you guys. If you guys want to retire rich, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be exciting. It's going to be boring. It's going to be tedious, but who cares? Now, I know this isn't going to get a ton of YouTube views. People aren't going to be like, oh, wow, make money slowly over time, 10% a year. That's great. I love you. I'm going to subscribe. No, that doesn't get YouTube views. It's not exciting. But you know what it will do? It will make you rich. So I want to stress that to you guys. Invest slowly, grow your wealth slowly, and eventually you will be able to retire rich. Okay. All of that said, let's get into today's stock picks. For those of you guys who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 10 YouTubers. I give you both the cliff notes from the top 10 YouTubers, as well as my analysis on their stock picks. If any stock I talk about today piques your interest, make sure you listen to who I say mention that stock, and then go watch their video so that you can get the full details on what they said. Now, all I ask in return for putting all of this together for you guys is that you hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. All right, before we get into today's stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor and none of the YouTubers I follow are financial advisors either. Today's video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who are wondering, you are currently looking at the Webull desktop app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. All right, let's get into today's stock picks. Okay, first let's talk about our popular cryptocurrencies. First up is Bitcoin, ticker BTC-USD. That's the Bitcoin to USD conversion. Chris Sain thinks BTC will crash soon. He said if BTC hits 47,000, he will buy $100,000 worth of Bitcoin. And if it drops lower, he will buy more. Now we can see that we had a flash crash over the weekend, which isn't that unusual for Bitcoin. I personally took the opportunity on the flash crash to buy a little bit of extra Bitcoin. Next up is Dogecoin. Okay, why are we talking about Dogecoin on this channel? Well, just about every single YouTuber I cover mentioned it over the weekend, so I'm going to analyze it. Now, Dogecoin has some really big catalysts coming up. One is that Slim Jim is going to be doing some kind of promotion with Dogecoin. Another catalyst is actually really big news. Webull just launched beta testing for Dogecoin trading, and you can see that here. I don't know how long it will take Webull to officially launch Dogecoin trading, but it is coming. So if you've been wanting to buy Dogecoin, you will soon be able to on Webull. If you don't currently have a Webull account, then I strongly recommend you open an account. When you use my link in the description of this video and deposit just $100, you will get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. So use my link in the description below to open a Webull account so that you can trade both stocks and crypto on one platform. Now, Stockmo and Keen and Grace are both invested in Dogecoin. Keen and Grace also let us know about a survey that came out that stated that 80% of people surveyed thought Dogecoin would reach $1 within 1 year. Keen and Grace recommends dollar cost averaging in over time. Now, before you invest, I just want you to stay grounded in reality here. Dogecoin was started as a joke, and it's not currently used as an actual currency. However, it is now the 5th largest cryptocurrency, so it does have the chance of becoming a real currency soon. The biggest risk to Dogecoin is that, unlike Bitcoin, Dogecoin does not have a limit on the number of coins. Dogecoin will continue to be printed at 10,000 coins a minute. That might be okay down the road, because fiat currencies continue to be printed also. But I just want to let you know about that risk. Also, Dogecoin remains a meme coin, and we all saw what happened to our meme stocks in March. They got crushed. So although Dogecoin is up massively over the past week, please be aware that it could just as quickly drop by 50% or more. That said, let me show you how easy it will be to buy Dogecoin on Webull. You basically just go to DOGE USD, select buy. I'm going to do a limit because the bid-ask spread's kind of large here. I'm going to do $100, and we'll set my limit price to, I don't want to pay quite that much. Let's do $33.95. So $33.95. Day is fine. I'm going to click buy, and okay. Confirm, yes, buy. And submitted successfully. Now I have that limit price in there, and if I do get lucky and it fills, then I'll end up buying Dogecoin at 0.3395. Next up is MARA. This is Marathon Digital Holdings, and they're a Bitcoin miner. The traveling trader said that there would be an opportunity to buy MARA on Monday due to the flash crash in Bitcoin over the weekend. He also looked at the options contracts for May and noticed a lot of people buying calls, which is a sign that options traders are bullish on MARA. Keen and Grace gave a buy-enter price of $39 with an ideal buying price of $34. Personally though, I think you would be fine buying at whatever the price is on Monday. Next up is RIOT. This is RIOT Blockchain, and they're a Bitcoin miner. Keen and Grace and others like RIOT in addition to MARA. The reason is because we had a flash crash on Bitcoin over the weekend, and Keen and Grace said now would be a good time to buy RIOT. He also gave an ideal buying price of $39, and I agree with that. Next up is COIN. This is Coinbase. This is a platform that is used to trade cryptocurrencies. Keen and Grace let us know that ARK Invest purchased $250 million worth of COIN last week. Stockmo will probably buy COIN on Monday in his YouTuber picks portfolio. Now you guys know that I'm waiting for COIN to drop below $300 before buying. There's no guarantee that it will drop that low, but that's the price that I would be comfortable buying COIN at. Now Stockmo showed us what TipRanks has for the average analyst price target, and I found this very interesting. The average analyst price target is $536. That is just insane. If that price ends up being true, we could be looking at another TSLA here with unbelievable PE ratios. On the other hand, I realized that the fastest growing crypto app on Android, called Crypto.com, is actually a discount crypto broker, and in some cases you can even buy crypto with no fees. I think Crypto.com is just the start of discount brokers before we eventually get to free brokers in a few years. By the way, if you want to get $25 in free crypto, I actually signed up for Crypto.com on Sunday after researching it, and I have a link to Crypto.com on my promotions page where you can sign up and get $25 in free crypto. I'll post a link to my promotions page in the first comment on this video. When you sign up, you also get free crypto buying for the first 30 days. Now Coinbase has some things going for it, such as high security, but Coinbase will not be able to maintain their market share if other crypto exchanges start to lower their fees like Crypto.com is doing. All of that said, I have seen time and time again where a company's stock price goes parabolic in contrast to its business growth. So who knows what COIN will do? This could very well be a $1,000 stock by the end of this year. Next up is AAPL. This is Apple. Stockmo let us know that he has been buying more Apple Stockmo let us know that he has been buying more AAPL over the past 2 weeks. He likes the fact that they are getting into EVs, and he also thinks people will be buying AAPL products with their stimulus checks. Next up is ALK. This is Alaskan Air. Stockmo purchased ALK over the past 2 weeks. This is a new stock for Stockmo. He likes ALK as a pandemic reopening play. Next up is ARDX. This is ARDX. They're a pharmaceutical company. Keenan Grace reminded us that ARDX has a potential FDA approval coming up on April 29th. This is for a new treatment for a drug that already has FDA approval and it's already on the market. So I don't expect an FDA approval to move the share price too much. Regardless, the stock could run up going into April 29th. Keenan Grace recommends buying the hype and selling the news. I agree with that play. Buy now and sell on Wednesday, April 28th. Next up is AXP. This is American Express. ZipTrader showed us that AXP is on the verge of a 52-week breakout pattern. This is a pandemic reopening play that is also looking very good technically. In addition, they have earnings coming up on Friday. ZipTrader will be paying close attention to what AXP projects for spending in the summer and fall. Next up is Citigroup. Stockmo let us know that he bought more C over the past 2 weeks. The PE ratio remains under 10, and so C remains a great value stock to buy. This stock is so cheap that Stockmo is actually thinking about buying more this week. Next up is CCIV. This is a SPAC and they're merging with Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors is an American EV company and a competitor to Tesla. The merger is supposed to happen sometime between April and June of this year. Keenan Grace said any price under $20 is a strong buy. Remember that the nominal value of CCIV, based upon the valuation at the time the merger was announced, is $20. Even PIPE investors, such as BlackRock and Fidelity, bought in at $15. So CCIV is very, very cheap right now. But be aware that technically CCIV is very bearish right now. The RSI is dropping, the MACD is dropping, and the chart is quickly approaching the 200-day EMA. The 200-day EMA closed Friday at $18.26. So I personally think the absolute bottom for CCIV will be around $18 if it manages to fall that far. Next up is CLOV. This is Clover Health. This is a Medicare Advantage provider. ZipTrader let us know that even though CLOV has been beat down quite a bit over the past few months, that short sellers won't be able to keep the stock price down much longer. We've already had 2 small short squeezes over the past 2 weeks, and we have a very strong bottom at $7. There has also been a lot of great news recently, including CLOV having been chosen to participate in direct contracting in 10 states and winning a 5-year NIH contract. They also have some of the highest margins in the industry, and they plan to increase their membership 5-fold this year. So all of that said, now that we have a clear bottom on CLOV, I think now might be the right time to start looking to buy in. I don't know what CLOV is going to do this week, so you'll have to pick your own price points. But I would say that if CLOV drops down to the low $7 range, that would be the ideal buy-in price. And yes, I did sell CLOV right at the bottom for $7.10. At that time though, it looked like CLOV was going to continue to drop further and the $7 support level had not yet been set. I would say I got unlucky on this one. There have been plenty of other stocks with similar chart patterns that I sold and they continued to drop further, such as FTFT. You're not going to be perfect when trading in the stock market. You just have to make the best decision based upon the information you have at the time. I did that and I have no regrets. I probably will not be rebuying CLOV because personally I did not have high conviction on it. That said, I do know that Dead Inside and ZipTrader both have high conviction on CLOV. In this market environment, I would strongly recommend that you only buy stocks that you have high conviction on. That is the only way you will be able to hold through all of the volatility and hold long enough for the stock price to rise back up to where the catalyst and fundamentals say it should be. Next up is DIS, Disney. Stockmo let us know that he has been buying DIS over the past 2 weeks. This is a pandemic reopening play for him. I will remind you that DIS plans to reopen all of its parks by the end of April, but their cruise ships remain grounded. Next up is DKNG. This is DraftKings. They're an online sports betting company. Chris Seen recommended that all of his viewers buy a DKNG call option. He recommends the April 23rd $57 call option for $209. He said to sell if your option is down 40%. He also recommends only being in the play for 1 or 2 days and then getting out. He stressed not to hold the option until Friday and to sell on Monday or Tuesday. He also said that options will typically dip at around 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, so that would be the best time to buy. Now let's analyze this play. First of all, I want you to know that if you followed Chris Sain on one of his earlier option plays and it didn't work out, that is not your fault. In the past, Chris Sain just said to buy things and he never really explained why or how to actually do the play. Chris Sain did a much better job on Sunday of taking his time to fully explain this options play, so I really applaud him for that. Now I wanted to teach you how to trade options so that you are not blindly jumping into plays because some YouTuber mentioned it. The same goes for stock picks. You should be doing your own due diligence and research before getting into any play, but you can't do research if you don't know what to look for. So let me show you how to analyze Chris Sain's option play. First of all, if we look at DKNG's chart, we can see that while the chart is still quite bearish, DKNG is at a strong level of support at the 100-day EMA. The RSI has also dropped down to a level where DKNG normally bottoms out and rebounds. In addition, while the MACD remains bearish, the histogram is showing signs of a rebound. So on the chart, DKNG looks like it might have bottomed out on Friday and might rebound on Monday and Tuesday. Now you should only trade weekly options if you plan to day trade a stock. Chris Sain recommends selling the option on Monday or Tuesday, so this would qualify for a day trade. Also, the stock price is above $10, so playing options is okay. Any price under $10 and you are better off just buying the stock. The next step is to determine how high DKNG might go if it does in fact bounce on Monday. I think getting back up to the 10-day EMA would be reasonable. The 10-day EMA closed Friday at $59.94. So basically, we're looking for about a $2 price movement on DKNG. Now, if we head on over to the options tab, we can see that if you buy the $57 call option that Chris Sain is recommending for $2.09, you would have a $59.09 break-even price. That is, of course, if you held through expiration. Now you have about $1 volatility and time value on the $57 DKNG call. Let's assume that will drop to 75 cents by the end of Monday. So by the end of Monday, this option will be worth whatever the intrinsic value is plus 75 cents. Intrinsic value is the actual value of the option calculated by the current share price minus the option price. As of Friday's closing price, the intrinsic value was $57.98 minus $57 or 98 cents. Now let's say the DKNG reaches the 10-day EMA on Monday and goes to $59.94. That means the $57 call option would have an intrinsic value of $59.94 minus $57 or $2.94. It would also have a volatility and time value of 75 cents. So $2.94 intrinsic value plus 75 cents volatility and time value equals a trading price of $3.69. So if you're able to buy this option for $2.09, and if DKNG does rebound to $59.94 on Monday, then you should be able to sell your option for $3.69. That would give you a profit of $3.69, the amount you sold it for, minus $2.09, the amount you bought it for, or $1.60. And that would equate to a return on investment, or ROI, of 76%. Not bad for a day trade. Just keep in mind that we made a lot of assumptions here, and nothing is guaranteed. But overall, I like this day trade that Chris Sain is recommending. Next up is FCEL. This is Fuel Cell Energy. They're a renewable energy company. The traveling trader let us know that the International Energy Agency will publish its Global Energy Review on Tuesday. In that review, they will predict what the energy needs will be for the remainder of this year. If they provide a good estimate, especially in the area of renewable energy, that could be a catalyst for both FCEL and PLUG. The traveling trader noticed a large amount of call options being purchased with expirations over the next few months, which means options traders are bullish on FCEL and PLUG. Next up is RUN. This is Sunrun, and they're a solar renewable energy company. The traveling trader let us know that the same catalysts that apply to FCEL and PLUG also apply to RUN. He also let us know that the average analyst price target on RUN is nearly $80, which represents a 53% upside from Friday's closing price. Next up is NFLX. This is Netflix. The traveling trader showed us how NFLX has been trading in a narrow range for the past 9 months. He also let us know that NFLX is reporting earnings on Tuesday. The traveling trader said that with fierce competition from Disney Plus and others, and with the country starting to reopen, which in turn might lower the number of people subscribed to Netflix, that he does not expect NFLX to break above its resistance level of $570. Therefore, the traveling trader plans to sell an Iron Condor option on NFLX. An Iron Condor makes money when a stock trades flat. Now pay attention to the bounds on our channel here. We have a bottom bound of $466 and a top bound of $570. That's going to become important in 1 second. Let me show you how to set up an Iron Condor options play in Webull if you're interested in this play. First, click on the Options tab. Then change Single to Iron Condor. Next, pick a strike price near the money. Let me pull this up here so we can see this better. In the order entry window, click on Graph so that you can see how you'll make and lose money. Then change this to Sell because we want to sell the Iron Condor, not buy it. Now, I would recommend increasing your width to give you a better chance of being in the money. We're going to pop this thing all the way up to about, 35. Now, you can also increase or decrease the strike to get this to the range that you think NFLX might trade in. Remember on the chart, we had a range of $466 to $570. So I'm going to lower this down until we get towards that range. That's pretty close right there. I am going to increase the width a little bit to help us stay within this range. And let's bump this back down. That should be good right about there. Now on this graph, the green section indicates how much money you will make if you're in the money. The red section indicates how much you'll lose if you're out of the money. Let's bring the contracts down to 1 to make this a little bit more reasonable. So in this case, we would lose $2,368 if it closes above $575. We would also lose $2,368 if it closes below $502. However, if it closes between $500 and $570, we're going to make $1,632. There is a diminishing amount that you make as you get closer to the break-even price, and your max loss does not increase until you're well below the break-even price. The same is true on the high end as well. Now the next thing we want to do is we need to lower the limit price a little bit to ensure this fills. Lowering the limit price will decrease your max profit and it will also increase your max loss, but you just have to do this to make sure that the trade actually fills. Finally, once everything looks good, click Place Order. You don't need to worry about selling multi-leg options. You just want to hold these through expiration in order to maximize your profits. All right, let's get into our EV stocks. Next up is NIO. This is NIO, and they're a Chinese EV manufacturer. Stockmo let us know that ARK Invest said NIO was going to win the day in China. Cathie Woods did call NIO a battery swapping company, and that kind of makes sense given that's where the majority of their revenue will be coming from. ZipTrader also let us know that NIO said they would be officially announcing their expansion plays into Europe on May 6th and 7th. Next up is TSLA. This is Tesla, and they're an American EV manufacturer. Stockmo let us know that he bought more TSLA over the past 2 weeks. Stockmo reiterated his $950 a year in price target on TSLA. He also thinks TSLA will get to $1,250 by the end of 2022. Stockmo did let us know that ARK sold some of its TSLA in order to buy COIN. Keenan Grace also continues to like TSLA for a long-term hold. Next up is XPEV. This is XPeng, and they're a Chinese EV manufacturer. Stockmo let us know that Cathie Woods came out and said that there is a chance that XPEV could be the big winner in China. The stock is down over 70% from its highs, and Stockmo will be adding more XPEV to his portfolio this week. Last, we have VTI. This is the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. Chris Zane said this was his favorite ETF to load up on. This is one way to diversify your portfolio to maintain balance when your high growth stocks are down. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you want to get some free stocks, sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up and deposit just $100, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. They're also going to give me 1 free stock, so it helps you out and it also helps the channel out. Finally, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.